So in this video, I'm going to go through writing the slope-intercept equation from a graph. And the slope-intercept equation is y equals mx plus or minus b. So the m, remember, is your slope, rise, y on the top, over run. And the b is the y-intercept where the line crosses the y-axis. So we're going to have to figure out the m and the b for each graph in order to create the equation. So let's go ahead and start with the slope. And so the slope, I need to choose two good points on my graph. So if I picked, let's say this one down here, and this one all the way up here. The other ones are kind of iffy. So then if I start at my left point, I'm going to rise, so go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I went up 8, so that's plus 8. And then I'm going to run 1, 2, 3 to the right, so that's a positive 3. I'll put it together in my slope, the y, the rise over the run. That could be just left as 8 over 3 because it doesn't simplify. So then I need to find my y-intercept, and remember the y-intercept where's the line crosses the y-axis. So I highlighted the y-axis in pink, so the blue line crosses the pink line right there. Here's my origin, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's at the 4. Okay, so now I'm going to take that and I'm going to fill it into my equation. And so the equation will start off with y equals, we do have the value for the m, which it's perfectly fine to leave it as a fraction as long as it's simplified. And then the x will still be there. Now, the plus or minus b, well, that's a positive 4. So since it's a positive 4, we would write it as plus 4. And that is your slope-intercept equation for that graph. All right, so I'm going to try another one. Let's find my slope first. So my slope has the 2 points chosen for me. So I'm going to start at the left. I'm going to rise 1, and I'm going to run 2. So that would give me rise of 1, run of 2. Leave it as that. That's good. Now where does the line cross the y-axis? Well, the pink and the blue line cross right there, and that's at the 0. So now again, if I substitute this information into my equation, y equals will always be there. The m is the 1/2, so 1/2, and then I have the x. Now it says 0. Well, I could write plus or minus 0, but that's not, just to be consistent, I'll put the plus 0, but more than likely you're just going to see y equals 1/2 x, and that would be your equation of that line. Okay, I'll try some more. Next one, so I have here the 2 points are chosen for me already, so starting at the left point, I'm going to rise 1, 2, so I went down, that would be -2 then, and 1, 2 to the right. So my slope is rise of -2 and run of +2. Simplify that, that would give me -1 for my slope. And my y-intercept, the lines cross, the pink and the blue lines cross right there at the y-axis of, here's 0, that's 1, 2, 3, at the -3. So there's my y-intercept. Put it in the equation, y equals, the slope is -1 x. Now, -3 would make it a -3. Some will write plus a negative, but you don't want the plus and negative double signs. Either way, it's still going to be -3. Now, on this equation, you might end up seeing it written like y equals -x minus 3, and writing it with an invisible 1. Either way, that's the same equation. All right, hopefully you're catching on. I got 2 more to go. My slope here, this one doesn't give me points, so let's see what would be, that will work, and way down here. Okay, starting at my left point, rise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I went down 5, so negative 5. 1, 2, 3. 3 to the right, so positive 3. Rise of negative 5 and run of 3. That's simplified, so you can leave that. And my y-intercept, where the line crosses the pink y-axis, is right here, and that's at the positive 1. Equation will say y equals the m of negative 5 over 3 x, and that's a positive 1, so plus 1. There's your equation for that graph. And one last one. Now I have this. Now this one's a little bit tricky, but if you do the same procedure as you did with the other problems, you should be having no problem. All right, so find my slope first. This one I have the 2 points, so if I start at the left point, I'm going to rise 0, and then I'm going to run 1. So put that together, that would be rise of 0, run of 1. Remember, make sure when there's the zeros in there, calculate it out to see if it's a 0 slope or an undefined slope. So this one comes out to be a 0 slope. And then my y-intercept, well, where does the line cross the y-axis, the pink? That's right here, and that's at the negative 1. So do the same as we were doing before. It's still going to be y equals, the m says it's 0, x, and then minus 1. Now on this one, you're not going to see it written that way, but that's what you would come up with if you did the process the same. Now, how would you see this answer? Of course, it would say y equals. Now, 0x means 0 times whatever x is, and anything times 0 is 0. So this one would only say y equals negative 1. So the 0x is not really there. Just like the other equation that said plus 0 for the b, I didn't put that plus 0 on there. That's all. So hopefully that gives you a little bit more clarification on writing the equation from the graphs.